All right, it's time to go behind the story, featuring the leading voice on one of today's top topics. And today we're welcoming in the Erie County Executive, Brent Davis. Thank you so much for being here, sir.
Thanks for having me.
We saw our D.C. correspondent, Brennan Scanlon, was in Washington, D.C. with you earlier this week. I believe it was a conference, SelectUSA. You have some big news to share with us tonight.
Well, yeah, so just like we had a little success in the years past of businesses following us home, so we actually have our first major visit scheduled for Monday morning. It's a 2-day delegation from folks from India looking at making a substantial investment in a metal alloy manufacturing plant. They're looking at sites like the IRG site and some other ones down on the Bayfront, looking down in Corey and some other places. But this delegation is the first one where they're committing to spend 2 days, and they're really motivated to do their due diligence and considering Erie as their next investment.
What could that potentially mean then, sir, for the Erie County economy?
So looking at, right now they're finishing up a plant in Oman, and typically they do systematic expansions that are typically 5 phases, and they're 200 to 300 million each. The first phase being about 20 million estimated, 100 jobs, not counting construction jobs, and then they systematically build out from there. So it's really just looking at all the assets like Penn State, Gannon, all the different opportunities, the port, and the things that we have available, the proven supply line. We've done a lot of this due diligence since we got back early this week, just virtually sending them the supply lines, showing them the ports, the distances, the mapping. So these folks are actually site mapping as we speak to see how their layouts would work on each lot.
Now, a conference like you were at earlier in this week, how important is it for Erie County to have representation on things like that?
It's critical. If you don't have a seat at the table, you're on the menu. And for decades, other folks have been eating our lunch. You can't just throw an ad in a magazine and say economic development's happening. We can't just sit here and play kumbaya with the local NGOs and pretend that jobs are being created. The reality is these opportunities, there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of organizations, state governments, and Erie County was able to out-leverage many states in a lot of cases with the setup that we had, having shovel-ready sites, having sites available, have leased land, buildings available, having the Corey Redevelopment Authority there with us that has the ability to not only they own sites, but they also have money to loan. So there's just a lot of different things to be able to leverage those opportunities where states basically hand you a form, tell you to fill it out, and hey, we'll get back to you. Erie County, we're cooking with gas.
Mr. Erie County Executive, we appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.